you to imagine a 6th grade classroom, and I want you to imagine the very back row in the very last chair in the corner. That's where I was in 6th grade. I was hiding in my desk. I was as far down in a desk as you could possibly be and still have your head above the desk, because I was paralyzed by fear. I was so scared of the idea of being called on in class that I did everything I could to try to avoid that. A year later, in 7th grade, I met a man named Neil Jeffrey. Neil Jeffrey was the youth pastor at Prestonwood Baptist Church, which is a church that's kind of considered a mega church. And Neil Jeffrey was a football star, an athlete, college, went on to the NFL. But Neil Jeffrey also had a very significant problem. He had a speech impediment that caused him to stutter every time he opened his mouth. He tells these great stories about being in the huddle and trying to call a play while going. He had to come up with some sort of a plan where he was writing down the plays, showing them to the player, calling them out to the fullback, letting the fullback call the plays. Either way, he began to work around that. But Neil Jeffrey's story inspired me. And in 7th grade, I caught on to the idea that, you know what? I've got a problem. I'm so shy I can't stand up in front of the audience. I can't stand up in front of anybody and do anything. I've got a lot that I want to say, but I'm too scared to say it. And Neil Jeffrey took me aside. It was a large youth group, 600-700 kids in the youth group. But he took me aside and said, you know what, Brent, I see something in you. I see something that's just waiting to be released. He said, do it. He said, take what's inside you and let it come out. And Neil Jeffrey inspired me. And here I am today, literally doing this for a living. I talk almost every day of the week to audiences ranging from hundreds to thousands. From junior high on up to college athletes to older adults. That's what I do. It's what I love. That was waiting to come out of me. I needed inspiration. Who's your inspiration? Do you have somebody in your life that has inspired you to become what you are today? Do you have somebody in your life that gave you that inclination to say, you know what, maybe I should be a teacher. Maybe I should stand in front of an audience and deliver a message and teach and educate and inspire other students. See, I feel like some of you in here today are just kind of on the edge. See, you're waiting for somebody to release you, somebody to give you that opportunity to take that next step in leadership. Well, allow me to be the one to say, do it. Do it. Start today, start tomorrow, start the next time you're in front of anybody. Release that inner gift, but let's talk about what is inside of you, and let's talk about how it can come out.